Have you ever wondered why do people have such weird kinks? Why do some people love feet while some like getting tied down and tampered with? Well, in the animal kingdom, intimacy is pretty simple. It is a straightforward biological program. A male bird does a specific dance a female bird approves. They pass on their genes and they move on. There are no deviations, no subplots, and absolutely no surprises. Animals follow the code, but humans, we lost the plot a long time ago. We're kinda weird. Because if you look into the deeper unspoken corners of human desire, you will find something baffling. Humans, us, you and me, we are the only creatures on Earth that can look at a pair of leather boots, a roll of rope, a specific corporate power dynamic, or literally just someone's feet. Things that have absolutely zero relation to biological reproduction and experience a massive spike of adrenaline and arousal. Basically, we get horny at weird shit. But why? How did we evolve like this? Why is the human brain capable of developing such incredibly specific, complex, and kinda random fetishes and kinks? And why the forbidden is so addictive? To understand how a fetish is born, we have to look at the literal geography of your skull. In the 1930s, a neurosurgeon named Wilder Penfield mapped out the human brain by touching different areas with an electrical probe and recording what his patients felt. He discovered the somatosensory cortex, a physical map inside your brain where every single body part has a designated parking spot. This map is called the Penfield Homunculus. Inside this map, nature made a fascinating, highly consequential geographic error. The neurological territory that processes signal from your genitals is located directly next to the territory that processes signals from your feet. They share a literal property line inside your brain. Many neuroscientists have theorized that this accidental proximity is the exact reason why foot fetishes are statistically the most common kink on the planet. Now you know why selling feet pics is so profitable. In many brains, the neural pathways are so tightly packed that a tiny amount of electrical crosstalk happens. When the foot territory fires up, the signal leaks next door, triggering the adjacent reproductive radar. It's just a hardware glitch, a cross-wiring problem in the brain's sensory motherboard. So, if it's you who gets excited looking at feet, don't worry, you're not weird. It's just how the brain works. But what about everything else? How does someone develop a kink for leather, uniforms, or even restraint? That isn't geographic crosstalk. That is simply being a weirdo. Nah, I'm just kidding. That is psychological programming. Now enter the law of sexual imprinting. During early development and adolescence, the human brain goes through an intensely plastic phase. It is a blank recorder, trying to figure out what the world is and how it works. If, during a critical window of youth, a person experiences a massive accidental spike of dopamine or adrenaline while a completely random object is in the room, the brain can accidentally weld those two things together forever. We see this all the time with fear. If you get bitten by a dog as a kid, your brain instantly pairs a harmless animal with pure panic. The exact same thing happens with desire. If a massive, unexpected rush of excitement happens while a specific object or situation is in the room, your brain glues them together. You aren't born desiring the strange. Your mind just took a snapshot once during a high emotional moment, hit save, and turned it into a permanent blueprint. Now, there is also a deeper psychological layer to this. Why do so many human kinks revolve around things that are forbidden, risky, or completely counterintuitive, like BDSM or submission? To explain this, modern psychology points to the dual control model. Your brain operates on two competing systems: a sexual accelerator, which turns excitement on, and the sexual brake, which shuts it down due to stress, anxiety, or societal judgment. For the average person, the brake is constantly pressed down by the weight of everyday life, bills, morals, and societal expectations. Kinks and roleplay act as a psychological loophole. Take power dynamics, for example. High-powered executives, CEOs, and individuals who carry immense responsibility during the day are statistically more likely to be interested in submission in the bedroom. Why? Because when they step into a scenario where they completely give up control, the brain is suddenly granted permission to release the brake. The heavy burden of making decisions is forcefully removed. By leaning into a taboo or a strict, controlled boundary, the brain bypasses its daily anxieties, turning psychological vulnerability into a massive release of dopamine. The risk is the relaxation. That's why you see those pay pigs and people dressed up in latex suits acting like dogs in front of their dominatrix. It's weird, but that might just be a problem in their brain. Or not even a problem, just a way to cope. So why did evolution allow this? If these deviations don't directly help us multiply, why did natural selection weed them out thousands of years ago? Because variation is humanity's ultimate superpower. Unlike animals who are hard-coded to only react to a rigid set of seasonal pheromones, human sexuality was designed to be highly psychological, adaptive, and tied to bonding rather than just pure procreation. And not bondage, bonding. Our brains evolved to be massive, complex imagination engines. This mental flexibility allowed us to build civilizations, create art, and think abstractly. But a side effect of having such a great, sophisticated, deeply imaginative brain is that our internal reward system became highly customizable. Fetishes and kinks aren't evolutionary mistakes. They're kinda like a tax we pay for having such complex, imaginative brains on the planet. So the next time you think about this bizarre spectrum of human desires, don't view it as madness. View it as the ultimate testament to how incredibly complex your mind truly is. It's a mix of geographic brain accidents, early childhood imprinting, and a psychological architecture that knows exactly how to bend the rules to escape reality. The human brain isn't broken, it's just incredibly creative. Just have fun with it, and do what you want, as long as it's consensual and not harming anyone else. Like the video if you liked it, keep exploring and subscribe for more of whatever this is. Bye.